Hey guys, Coaster Directed coming at you with the fifth park battle in my Park Madness series. We have Six Flags Over Texas versus Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Obviously, the two Six Flags parks that are located in Texas. Duh, obviously. Anyways, let's get started. First off, they have two clone rides. They both have Pandemonium, which are pretty much the exact same, and they both have a Batman the Ride style clone. One is Goliath, one is a regular Batman the Ride. They're pretty much the exact same layout. Both have premier launch coasters, Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast and Poltergeist. Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast has like a 200-foot tower and amazing inverting top hat. Well, Poltergeist is a pretty shaky. It's one of the older uh, premier launch coasters, the spaghetti bowl type. It's pretty much the exact same as Flight of Fear, except outdoors. So, anyways, Mr. Freeze Reversed Blast will be getting the 2 points. Aero Mine Trains, Runaway Mine Train, the first mine train, and Roadrunner Express. Roadrunner Express is a little bit more high thrill, but it's shorter. It's not nearly as long, and Runaway Mine Train looks just really good. The scenery is really good. It almost tops Adventure Express at Kings Island, which is, in my opinion, the best mine train coaster out there for a seasonal, like Six Flags Cedar Fair Park. They will be receiving the single point. The sit-down loopers, this one's a little bit of an odd matchup, even though Krypton Coaster's a floorless coaster, I still consider it a sit-down. We have Shockwave, the Schwarzkopf double looper, and we have Superman Krypton Coaster, a B&M floorless coaster. I will be giving the 2 points to Superman Krypton Coaster, even though it could go either way depending if you like the intense loops, but I just prefer a B&M sit-down, or looper, or floorless in this case. Next up, we have the Kiddie Coaster. So we have the Mini Mine Train, and we have Kid D Coaster. Kiddie Coaster is a pretty simple Vekoma, just circuit. It's not that impressive. Mini Mine Train's pretty cool. It has some nice tunnels and everything. But Kiddie Coaster, the only neat thing about it is it goes over water. And so I will be giving the half point to Mini Mine Train. Next up, we have the RMC Face Off. Two amazing coasters. One that does not go upside down at all, and Iron Rattler that goes upside down once. New Texas Giant is all about that ejector airtime and bank turns, while Iron Rattler is a little bit of that about that. It's pretty good, but anyways, I will give this to New Texas Giant just for the overall longer length, longer ride experience, more airtime, and just more bank turns and everything. It's kind of like a Giga Coaster or a Hyper Coaster of the RMCs right now. Fiesta Texas has two extra coasters, Batman the Ride, which is their SNS Free Fly coaster, and if you did not see my last video, or one of my last videos, a clone of Batman the Ride, pretty much the exact same thing, called Total Mayhem, will be going to Six Flags Great Adventure next year in 2016. And then we have Boomerang Coast to Coaster, a standard Vekoma boomerang with over the shoulder restraint, so they will be getting 3 points. Fiesta Texas has 5 extra coasters. They have Canyon Blaster, or Little Kitty Coaster. They have Runaway Mountain, an indoor premier rides coaster. They have Titan, a nice, pretty good Guy Vanola hyper coaster, which unfortunately the brake run does slow it down. And then La Vivora, which is a nice, interesting bobsled coaster. And then they have Judge Roy Scream, a pretty good wooden coaster. 14-5. Up next, we have the drop towers of the park. We have Superman Tower of Power versus Scream. Scream is only about 200 feet, whereas Superman Tower of Power is about 314 feet. That's a huge difference in the drop tower range. Even though these are SNS, they're both SNS, I will be giving the 2 points to Superman Tower of Power. Next are the thrill rides at Fiesta Texas. They have two. They have a top spin, which is Twister, and they also have a frisbee, which is Frisbee. It's a inner-facing Frisbee, and it's a smaller one. It's not a giant one. There's only 2 of those. Anyways, we're moving on. 16-7. Over Texas has one thrill/dark ride, which is Justice League Battle for Metropolis, which is a really nice dark ride. It'll be receiving a point for that. And then they both have skyscrapers. They're pretty similar, other than the fact that Texas Skyscraper is literally double the height of the skyscraper at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Obviously, Texas Skyscraper will be getting the 2 points. Six Flags over Texas absolutely destroying in this battle right now. The family rides. This is where it'll regain some traction. Overall and total family rides, Six Flags Fiesta Texas has about 6 more. So that is a big advantage for them if you're coming with a family. Prices, because obviously you want to pay less for a better experience. Daily tickets are overall cheaper, and so are season passes at Six Flags over Texas than Fiesta Texas. Fiesta Texas is about consistently $5 to $15 more for their season pass and daily tickets. Park appearance, it is really hard to beat the quarry backdrop that Six Flags Fiesta Texas gives, and it looks really clean and really nice for a Six Flags park. It is really impressive what they do, especially with the laser shows that go on the quarry wall and everything. It just looks really good. So, yeah, I will have to give the 2 points to Fiesta Texas. Park operations, these are roughly about the same. There's not much of a difference. So, I will have to declare this a tie. Winning by 11 points is Six Flags over Texas. It is a fantastic amusement park. The original Six Flags park is definitely a nice one. If you have the chance, I'd recommend going there. It is a fantastic park, but so is Six Flags Fiesta Texas. They are just different. If based on roller coasters, obviously Six Flags over Texas wins. Anyways, this is the bracket so far for Six Flags, or for the Park Madness bracket. I replaced Fiesta Texas with Six Flags Great America, so it would be a more of a battle that, because the coasters do not really compare that well between Great America and over Texas, so I just threw in Fiesta Texas there. And so it's Kings Island will be going up against Cedar Point in the not next one, but in the next round at least. Carowinds will be going up against Great Adventure. Over Texas will be going up against either Dollywood or Holiday World. And then Lagoon Park is going against Silver Dollar City. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going against Busch Gardens Tampa. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep coasting.